Hi, it's Michael Herbert, Town Manager here in the town of Ashland. I'm actually here with Kara Terrell and Jennifer Wolfing from our Human Services Department, as well as Max the Turtle here from Recreation, and we wanted to give you our weekly update. And talk a little bit about what Human Services is doing to handle this COVID-19 situation and the crisis, and how we're helping people out, helping those in need. But first, as always, wanted to get to a little bit of the numbers, right? So how many cases of COVID-19 do we have in our caseload? So currently we have 92 cases that we're handling. 36 of those have recovered. So they've been released from the recovery protocol or the coronavirus protocol. That's actually a little bit lower than the number that we published recently. And I need to explain the reason for that is that DPH and their system, obviously this is something that we haven't dealt with before, so we're constantly refining our numbers, constantly refining our definitions of what certain things means. So that might be why you see a little bit of variation from day to day and week to week. So a couple of other announcements I wanted to talk about. So simple recycling. Everybody remembers the pink bags where you could put garments and everything that you couldn't donate, that you wanted to get rid of. They were on pause since coronavirus started. Well, they have actually started to reinstate that program as well. And it looks like they're actually starting to take more items as well. So things like household goods, lamps, stuff of that nature. If you can put it in that bag, looks like they're going to take it. I think there's going to be more information about that on Simple Recycling's webpage and on our DPW webpage as well. And moving on, I think I've said before in my newsletters, we need to start thinking about life beyond coronavirus, or at least this acute situation that we're in right now. We need to start thinking about how we're going to move forward, if things are going to start opening up, when, how they're going to open up. And I think most importantly for municipal operations, what our FY21 budget is going to look like. If you recall, we actually passed an FY21 budget, or at least the select board adopted one, a couple of weeks ago. Actually, it's more like 2 months ago now. Time just gets compressed. Actually, obviously, we're going to have a big revenue deficit that we're going to have to look at addressing. The problem is it's a moving target right now. We don't know what that is. State aid figures are really, really important to our budget. They're dealing with the same thing. They don't know what their economic situation is going to look like. So we're going to play a lot of that by ear. However, we are starting to put the bones of a plan together. And I think that's going to be, you're going to be hearing more about that in the future. So I think that's all I wanted to talk about right now. I think at this point, I'll turn it over to Jennifer Wolfing from Human Services, and she can talk a little bit more about what they're doing.
Hi Facebook, this is Jennifer Wolfing. I am the Director of Human Services and Social Worker for the town of Ashland. I'm going to talk a little bit about what you see here in the background. These are prepped bags, grocery bags for folks that use the food pantry. What we are doing to mitigate any contamination and keep everybody safe and healthy is we're doing food pantry by appointment. In order to keep things efficient, we are giving people a specific time. They line up curbside. We have their groceries, as you can see, ready. We do the perishables right before, but these are the non-perishables. We have them ready, and you pull up curbside, and we put it right in the trunk of your car. You can make an appointment to use the food pantry by calling myself at 508-532-7942 or Kara at 508-532-7946.
Hi, I'm Kara Terrell. I'm the Assistant Director of Human Services, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about how we've got the food for the food pantry. The Ashland Emergency Fund is a great way where people can donate financially to the food pantry. So what we do is we have a running tab at the Greater Boston Food Bank where we can get all our orders put in every week or every other week. And then once we get the food here, we're able to use it to distribute to people on Mondays and Wednesdays by appointment. So we're able to order just about everything. We are able to get perishables, non-perishables. We have access to toilet paper, we have paper towels, we have a lot of different things that people need. So once people are registered here and they sign up, we're able to have that food in access to us. And another thing that we've been able to promote right now is some fun things for the kids. So we have some books, some teen books, we have Sudoku, we have some games and different things for the kids to do, coloring books, and we're distributing it in the bag. So if someone comes and we know that they have teenage kids or they have younger kids, we're able to put it right in their baskets and their bags and distribute them to them right on that day. So we're really lucky in Ashland because we have a lot of support. Right now, people are getting food a couple different ways. We are still running human services as well, so we're able to connect people with resources. In town, we're able to let people know that they're still eligible for the home delivered meals if they're over 60. We can hook them up with BayPath, and there's no income eligibility for that. We also can refer people to the 3R program, which is Restaurant Relief Fund for residents, which is also funneled through the Ashland Emergency Fund and other donations. And then we can also let people know about the grab and go that's up at the high school. And the school sponsored lunch for breakfast and lunches. And they just need to call the Ashland Nutrition or email the Ashland Nutrition, and they can get those food for themselves 3 days a week. And that's it.
And just to close things out, we're lucky to have great volunteers, but we're also lucky to have great staff as well. And Kara and Jennifer and their team, they have done tons of work and actually have literally unloaded tons of food to help service the community through these hard times. A couple real important fun things I think we need to point out. First off, Ashland Community Theater is going to be doing a performance next Thursday, April 30th at 8 p.m. You can find more information about that on their website. We'll post some information about that as well, probably in my next newsletter, which is going to come out tomorrow. And then actually today, Town of Ashland launched its Instagram account. Now, I don't know how it works. It just happens. But the Instagram handle is Town of Ashland Mass, M-A, Town of Ashland, M-A. And I don't know how you type that in and stuff. I'm sure there's a lot smarter people than me that can figure it out. But apparently it's going to be another way we can get more information out there and let you know all the great things that are happening in town. Finally, you can see I'm holding a nice mask here. Encourage everybody to wear them, even though I'm not wearing one right now. We're keeping 6 feet. But we've really seen an influx of donations from people making masks by hand, sewing them, putting them together, donating materials. Really can't thank you enough, just not only for the actual masks themselves, but the spirit that you're showing and putting them all together. This is really a great community. I've said it before, this community has rallied like no other community that I know of here in the Commonwealth, and I think it's something that we can all take some pride in. So until the next time, next Thursday, hope you stay safe, take care, be well, and hope you have a good week.